Hi guys, it's just no one here. Today I guess you could say we're going over Civil War immersion mods? That's what I'm gonna go with. So, first up, there's more security outside the cities. Particularly the three main cities of the Civil War. You'll also notice that
Keep an eye out for trouble.
Imperials
It's only a matter of
have
time.
females
Stay
now.
sharp.
You'll see battle mages too sometimes. They're often more clad in heavy metal armor that's more to like the actual Imperial Legion. There's also refugees that will be camping out here. Basically lost their homes and whatnot in the Civil War. So they're outside the three major cities in the Civil War, which is basically Solitude, Whiterun, and Windhelm. That's what I'm basically meaning there. So there's a lot more extra protection, which I guess makes sense since there's people outside they have to protect now. And then we got Dragon Bridge. This is another mod called Civil War Checkpoints, I believe. And Dragon Bridge has one right at the end of the bridge. It will be Imperial checkpoint, kind of like guarding it. You can see more example of like, and they actually use the Imperial helmets that are actually really badass, but are pretty rare in the game.
Heard there were wolves on the road up north.
So yeah, they'll be guarding this. I think you actually can see some of the, trying to hop up in here. Different races and genders. Sometimes you will see different races. It won't just be human races. And of course you'll see females too now. And yeah, wizards and stuff. Mages, battle mages. Yeah. But that's pretty much all the Solitude area. Okay, now we're in Whiterun. It's all pretty normal throughout here, but then you'll notice we got more refugees.
What do you want, little elf?
Bit more security outside. It's just a caravan. There's more refugees. Bit more security again, but then you also have another Civil War checkpoint. Jeez, that's overgrown. But yeah, this is the Whiterun Civil War checkpoint. It's kind of along the road. And then we'll have Windhelm. Now we have Windhelm. A little bit more security going on. Should be some more standing up here. Down here, some refugees. I don't know why that one's standing so far over here. And here's some more refugees. And right across here would be the Stormcloak Civil War checkpoint guarding this bridge here. And I know I said this is pretty much Civil War immersion mods, but there's going to be a couple mods that don't really have anything to do with the Civil War that I guess kind of just go more of immersion. We'll
Everything's
probably
all
go
right?
over them just cause. So if you're kind of like me, you might like the fishing idea, but you're not really interested in doing a whole fucking quest line for fishing. Kind of just for doing this for immersion purposes, like a hunter fisherman type. Well, this very simply does that. You will not have the fishing quest line pop up. All fishing rods will be craftable, and also you will have the unique rewards found through fishing this. Basically just fishing, and you kind of just get it. Basically, I'm pretty sure. Then you have skill training expanded. All this does is makes it to where trainers are actually at master level, so you can train to 100. And instead of only 5 times of training, you can get 10 per level, so it's pretty good. I've been looking forever for a mod that does exactly what this mod, Daedric Power, does. It makes it to where all Daedric weapons that require some charge effect don't actually require a charge effect, because it's a Daedric artifact. Like, you don't gotta use a soul gem to refill a Daedric artifact. It's a Daedric artifact. It's already made by, like, a god, essentially. Why does it need to be refilled with soul gems? It's not made by a normal mortal. And into our Civil War mods here, we got the fortified city exteriors, which really just adds more guards. Just makes sense during a time of Civil War. Civil War checkpoints, it's at Dragon Bridge, Windhelm, and Whiterun. I showed you all the stops, and yeah, they also just kind of make sense in a time of Civil War. Civil War refugees, again, Whiterun, Windhelm, Solitude, has people out there in a time of strife like Civil War. Then you have Civil War equipment organized. This is how I have like different armors and genders, and again, sometimes you will see other races. They just won't have matching voices to them. Like it'll be like a human voice type, but it'll be like an orc or something. It's possible. And yeah, it's just immersive for the fact that there should be more, races. There should be battle mages. I mean, we see it all at the beginning of the game, and then all of a sudden it's just like only dudes and only warriors and Imperials. It's weird. Well, that kind of fixes that. Civil War quartermasters. Basically, these are just like blacksmiths that will be at camps for the Imperials and Stormcloaks. And yeah, if you're doing like a survival mode or something playing Civil War, they kind of are useful because you can sell your stuff off and you can get new stuff from them to, go into the next battle with. So it's kind of immersive, kind of useful. Killable generals. This is just nice for whenever you're really trying to be immersive and you want to get all these pesky Stormcloaks and Imperials out of your world, but you can't kill the fucking generals because they have essential status. Well, this allows you to kill them. Border guards. This should just probably be a thing regardless, but Civil War again makes sense for keeping people in their own fucking borders. And you'll notice like Morrowind will have Veteran Guard. I think Hammerfell has the Alakir guards, and Imperial like guards at borders at Cyrodiil. Like, yeah, it should pretty much all be like that, if I'm not mistaken. So, got that. And then, I honestly would recommend some combat mods to go with, like, your Civil War. So, I got some for just, like, blood and gore, making it more just gory, intense. And then, blocking, since you're going to be fighting a lot of people. Critical corrections is something new I found. It's kind of cool. It just has the effect of critical chances for all weapons, not just swords. So you can kind of get some pretty mean hits in with all your weapons now, without having to doing any specific things for criticals. And it is like a random chance and everything too. And like weapon parry, stagger. Tried out this realistic melee range. It's pretty good. Better combat AI. Another thing you might want to look out for when you're going through Civil War is a way to fix the cities, so they don't just gotta stay in, rubble. Well, this will allow you to do it a quick way, but there is a slower version. Basically, it's kind of like paying for a house, but you're paying for the city's repairs. Just go to a store of each of the 3 cities, whatever one you're trying to repair, and yeah, you'll repair the cities right up. Feel like that's pretty immersive and honestly pretty good. I mean, you don't want your winning city to be in shit. And Dark's Orc Strongholds. This really just improves the Orc Strongholds to be a bit more like an actual little village kind of like status. Which, I like orcs, so I kind of just have that on there. Well, there you go. That's the video.